was a busy week on the racing front, and this week we start off with the Boyle Sports International Night in Dundalk. Then it's on to Longford for the final of the Sierra Communications Longford Derby. Next we have the final of the Accelerated Drains Midland Puppy Derby from Mullingar. And we finish off with the final of the Blackjack Tom 525 from Kilcohan Park. One of Dundalk's feature events of the year is the Boyle Sports International, which always attracts a large crowd for this €25,000 to the winner spectacular. We were also treated to some great racing from the supporting card, featuring the clash between Deputy Lane and Hulkster in the Irish Greyhound Weekly Open 900.
The runners in traps for the Irish Greyhound Weekly Open 900. In 1, Shelburne K, 2, Deputy Lane, 3 is Cable Polly, 4, Rudy's Lady, and 5, Liaise with Lisa, and 6, Hulkster. The hare now up behind the traps. Under away, number 5 fast out, that's Liaise with Lisa. 2, Deputy Lane, better away than normal in second. 6, Hulkster on the outside, but into the opening corners, number 5, Liaise with Lisa. A length from 2, Deputy Lane in second. Shelburne K has now slipped into third and is challenging for second. Hulkster back in 5th place at this stage, but coming up past the stands with a circuit to go, and Deputy Lane takes over. Number 2, but there's 3 in a line into the next bend, with Deputy Lane now being challenged by Shelburne K. In third is number 5, Liaise with Lisa, and there's Hulkster just in behind them as they head down the far side with Shelburne K now going on by a length and a half from Deputy Lane. Liaise with Lisa in third, but being passed by Hulkster, who's travelling menacingly into the second last corner, and it's still Shelburne K. 2, Deputy Lane forced to check, and here comes Hulkster on the outside, but turning for home it's Shelburne K in front, being challenged on the inside by Deputy Lane, on the outside by Hulkster. What a finish, coming to the line, and Hulkster just gets up to win it. Oh, a tremendous contest there, one of the best marathons you'll see, and Hulkster just grabs victory in the final stride. The result of the Irish Greyhound Weekly Open 900, the winner, number 6, Hulkster, owned by Shauna and Helen O'Byrne, trained by Liam King. Second, number 2, Deputy Lane. And third, number 1, Shelburne K, a new track record time of 50:46. Well, we've seen one of the greatest marathon races of recent years in the Irish Greyhound Weekly Open. A fantastic performance, Hulkster, Liam King, that must have been even exceeded your expectations.
I think, as they were saying, he's like wine. The older he's getting, the better he's getting. I can't believe every time you put him out, heart and soul he puts into it, and is doing as much now as he did when he was a puppy. He absolutely loves the game.
Down the back straight, he still had a lot of ground on 2 great stairs out front to get there. I was wondering, was he even going to be third at one stage?
That's what I was saying to young William out in the middle of the paddock. I was thinking, I said, there's 2 good dogs in front of him. I said, if it was anyone else, he'd probably pick them up, but I said, he won't pick up these 2. But unbelievable. He doesn't know when to give up.
Well, Mark Byrne with you, the owner. He's given you some thrills.
Oh, thrills! Phenomenal dog, brilliant. Just can't get over it. Another track record, and just delighted with him.
Is the secret to this dog maybe keeping him that bit fresh? He seems to, when he comes from off a bit of a break, to produce a big run. Trainer,
he does, yeah. What we do, last year we were going in stakes and whatnot, and he was getting stale. And when we leave him off now, we've actually registered him as a stud dog now, and he's covered 3 or 4 bitches, and he's absolutely bouncing on himself now since he started doing it, so maybe it's variety is the spice of life for him, we don't know.
I presume they're breeding for early pace, are they?
I hope so, yeah. There's a lot of sprinters there, yeah.
Now finally, where from here?
I think we're going to Harold's Cross for an 810 yard race on Tipperary GA night.
Friday week, I think that is.
Yeah, that's right. I'm living in Tipperary now, so I better go and support them. I'll be thrown back out to Kildare, and then we're on to Clonmel, I think, the end of the month for 1,015. That's the plan.
And Mark, you're off to the bank tomorrow morning, is that it?
That's it, yeah. That's it, the bank.
Well done, lads. Great performance.
Thanks very much.
A special presentation was made to Pascal Taggart by Director of Dundalk Stadium, Leo Macaulay, in recognition of the wonderful work which Pascal carried out for the greyhound industry. And now it's time for the big one, the 2006 Boyle Sports International.
The dogs now in traps for the Boyle Sports Dundalk International. In 1, In the Sack Jack. 2 is Mineola Farlow. In 3, Tara Paddy. 4, Droopy's Electric. 5, Droopy Stacey. And 6, Skywalker Magic. Dominating the betting numbers, 2, Mineola Farlow. And 4, Droopy's Electric. The hare now coming up behind traps. on their way, and it's number 4 well out. Drewby's Electric and 6 Skywalker Magic leads to the bend, but on the corners number 4 takes it up. Drewby's Electric, there's all sorts of trouble behind. Mineola, Farlow and Tara Paddy in big problems, but down the back straight Drewby's Electric leading by 3.5 lengths from 6 Skywalker Magic second. Droopy Stacey a couple of lengths back third, but it's Drewby's Electric in command onto the final bend. Skywalker Magic is closing, there's only a couple of lengths between them, but Drewby's Electric is still running strong up front. This is impressive. Drewby's Electric comes to the line and Drewby's Electric wins the International. Second is number 6 Skywalker Magic, and in third we had number 5 Droopy Stacey. That was very, very impressive. The result of the Boyle Sports International, the winner, number 4 Droopy's Electric, owned by Terry Dawkins and trained by Pat Buckley. Second was number 6 Skywalker Magic, and third number 5 Droopy Stacey. The time a new track record, 29.73. Well, Paul McGee, we've had a well-backed dog winning the Boyle Sports International again tonight.
Yeah, very well-backed dog. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a great result for Boyle Sports, but what a great night. The weather has turned out fantastic. Huge crowd here, and as usual, the Dundalk Boyle Sports Dundalk International has been a tremendous event, and of course, track record.
You couldn't ask for better, could you? And this dog is now going to carry forward into the Derby, perhaps to your own Champion Stakes coming up next.
I think they might be looking at the Champion Stakes. I know it's only a couple of weeks away, but I think they'd be very tempted by the Champion Stakes, no doubt about that.
And especially this year, because the 6 finalists in the Champion Stakes get direct entry into the first round of the Derby, which is a bonus.
Absolute bonus. Of course, you never know what's going to happen. It could be just an unlucky run or something like that. But there's no doubt this is a tremendous dog. As I said, a track record. But I think it's 9 out of 11 wins. So there's not much more you can do about that.
Now, apart from Boyle Sports, where was your money?
Unfortunately, on Tyrone Paddy.
Story of your life, Paul. Well done.
Thanks very much, Michael. Cheers.
We have just seen a fantastic performance here in the Boyle Sports International. Droopy's Electric, a new track record time. His price slashed for the Derby. This is quite a sensational greyhound. With me, trainer Pat Buckley. Pat, thrilled you must be.
Delighted, Michael. Yeah, he's a real good young dog. He does everything right. I knew when he trapped tonight, then he would draw the first bend and he showed a lint of light. I said it's going to be a great dog to catch him there.
From the first bend, the race was going to take an awful dog to catch him, wasn't it?
You'd want it you want something to go wrong to catch him. He's just exceptional. When he hits the front, it's very hard to catch him. He's very quick.
Now, obviously, is the Champion Stakes on his itinerary?
I don't know now. I'll have a chat with the owners of Michael here. Michael, we'll have a chat, sit down and see what we're doing. We don't really know yet. We'll get over tonight now and see if he's in one piece tomorrow and see the things are in order.
But the Derby is definitely there in the agenda.
Oh, the Derby is number 1, yeah. Derby is the one.
Well, all these Droopies that keep winning, Michael Dunphy, the man behind the Droopies, yourself and brother Sean, this must be a great occasion for you as well.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Come up here on the big night and win it like this, great. Give you a buzz going home anyway in the car, so it's fantastic. Great place, great race.
Now, after Maldini last year, he had actually to come from behind in the race last year. This time you had no worries.
No, when he broke well there and he went around the bend in front, he had a track record there on the trial for 550, so he had a good chance then, he was going to take a great run to pick him up,
Did he always look a bit special, did he?
Well, he was called electric.
And he certainly was electric tonight. Pat, the very best of luck in the Derby and perhaps the Champion Stakes, whatever it is, but we have seen a fantastic greyhound here. Droopy's Electric winning the Boyle Sports International.
The balmy evening and the promise of a great night's racing drew the crowds into Longford Stadium last Friday night. The feature event of the evening was the final of the Sierra Communications Longford Derby. Ardcarn Dame, running from Trap 4, was the 5-2 favourite to take home the €10,000 winner's purse.
The hare on the go for the final of the 2006 Longford Derby. In 1, Blue Majestic, 2, Volcano Joe, 3, Dustin Fox, 4, Ardcarn Dame, 5, Spa Hill Cool, and 6 on the outside, Motor Bar. The favourites in 4. The hare coming around the final bend. And away they go, and it's a good break by 3, Dustin Fox, but 5, Spa Hill Cool leads around the first bend. It's Spa Hill Cool from Dustin Fox Prime. Then it's in 3rd, Blue Majestic up the back stretch. It's 5, Spa Hill Cool, but here comes Dustin Fox on the inside. It's Dustin Fox and Spa Hill Cool, a break back to Blue Majestic around the final 2 bends, and Dustin Fox comes to take it from Spa Hill Cool into the straight, and it's Dustin Fox. He's gone 3 lengths clear of Spa Hill Cool. Back in 3rd is Blue Majestic, but Dustin Fox, he's going to run out a very, very good winner here. 2nd, Trap 4, Ardcarn Dame. In 3rd, number 5, Spa Hill Cool. The time 28:15. And the result of the 2006 Longford Derby: first number 3 Dustin Fox, second trap 4 Ardcare Dame, and third trap 5 Spa Hill Cool. The time a record-breaking 28:15.
Well, two very happy gentlemen here with us tonight, and who are on a serious roll. John, that was a great win tonight.
It was, like I expected of him. I said to Larry earlier on, he worried about the trap 3. He's never been a wide runner, the dog. And when he went over for the English Derby, he crashed the front of the boxes. That's what put the dog from breaking. So it's just yet to work on him. And he had a few little niggly injuries, so I said everything will be right on the night, which he's proved it when he's done the track record. The same as his other dog last year, High King Closure. So it's brilliant for Larry. I love getting the results for him. And it's a double in the consolation as well for him with Farlow Moore. So he can't complain.
Well, it's certainly a great team. I mean, as you said there, the consolation final and the final here tonight, the Oaks last week. There's no stopping you.
No, it's can't get much better, I suppose, really. But I'm pleased that the Fox is coming back to his calibre that he was last year. And fair height to John and Keely, they have done a marvellous job with the whole of the dogs. So to win the Longford Derby for the second year and do the clock again, it really is unreal. But I'm not complaining, it's nice. I suppose after this year I may as well retire for a while.
I know, I think you'll be around for another while.
hopefully, please God. But it's great, it's really nice. And it made a journey. We came in today to see this race, and it's after the great success in Dublin last week, to have this again, a double again tonight, is really magical. So
it's worth giving that cup a good old shine, and now you're bringing it back down to Cork.
Well, I think it's better looking now before it left Cork at the minute, but it'll be going back to Cork, I suppose, again, and who knows, if we win it next year, they might let us keep it in Cork.
Well, what's the story with Dustin Fox now? What's going to happen with him?
I don't know. Larry says go for this, go for that. I said just leave it one day at a time. It's the same as Shelburne Becky bit.
He's saying Derby here. Are you going to be under pressure?
Not a few in the yard yet might be good enough for that as well. We take them as they come.
And Keely, unfortunately, is a bit under the weather tonight, so she's missed this one.
I would have loved her to be here, but health comes first.
The sun continued to shine on Saturday night as we headed off to Mullingar Stadium for the final of the Accelerated Drains Midland Puppy Derby. This event has produced some tremendous racing over the last couple of weeks. Popular road trainer Paddy McCormack had 3 dogs through to the final, but it was the Paul Hennessy's Farlow Rio who went to traps the 2-1 favourite to take home the winner's prize of over €5,000.
And the hares running for the final of the Accelerated Drains Midland Puppy Derby. In 1, the hot favourite Farlow Rio. In 2, Ardra Dawn. In 3, Ardra Gooch. In 4, Kingsmill Black. In 5, Brickfield Hope. And in 6, Frankly Freddy. Hair up behind traps. And away they go. Farlow Rio away very well on the inside. 4, Kingsmill Black showing some nice early, as is 3, Ardra Gooch in behind. A little bit of crowding. And 4, Kingsmill Black for Paddy McCormack. Shoots clearly by about 3. 3, Ardra Gooch chasing well in second. Also at the same kennel. 5, Brickfield Hope, the big outsider, sits third. 6, Frankly Freddy in fourth. The favourites out of it. Farlow Rio. They're on the final couple of ends. 4, Kingsmill Black finds more, leads by 2 or 3. Here's a late lunge from Brickfield Hope the inside. A big outsider for 4. Kingsmill Black sticks it out to win by a length and a half. From 5, Brickfield Hope for second. 3, Ardra Gooch was third. The time a blistering 29:32. The result, first number 4, Kingsmill Black, owned by Michael Fegan and Newry, trained by Paddy McCormack, now winner is 7 from 11. Second, number 5, Brickfield Hope, and third, number 3, Ardra Gooch. The time, 29:32.
Well, Paddy, you had a 3-1 chance of winning there with some race.
Well, that is the truth. We had 3 dogs in the final, as you know, and funny enough, the outsider won it, but that's the way it is with dogs, and it just shows you you can never depend on favourites. But I was delighted to win it for the guy that owns the dog. He's from the north, so he's a lucky old lad I bought this dog for. So I hope he keeps winning for him.
So you bought the dog yourself, didn't you?
Well, I bought it for Mickey, yeah. And he's after winning 2 stakes for us now.
So what made you buy him? What did you see special in him?
I don't know, to be truthful. I don't know. He was only a pup when we bought him, really, and he was running below in Enniscorthy, and he won his 2 first races, and he was beaten in the final. And we had him bought before that anyway. After the 2 first races, we bought him, and so it's history after that.
Well, he ran some race there. I mean, he just picked them off in the back straight. He really left them behind.
Yeah, he's a good dog out of a box, you know. And but number 3, the Gooch, is a good dog out. They're all good out of boxes, but Kingsmill broke very fast tonight, and that's what it's all about. In any racing is to get the first corner, and we got her tonight and we held on, so we won it anyway. That's the main thing.
Well, I'm sure you're delighted to get this race, are you, Michael?
Oh, unreal. It's all down to this man here.
You travelled a long way down to watch it.
Yeah, but it's well worth it. The journey was short on the way back.
And John, how about you? This has been a great stake. You started sponsoring last year. You took it up again this year.
I did. It's been brilliant. It's been brilliant on behalf of my wife Marie and the daughter Orla. We are privileged to be involved in it, and I'm absolutely thrilled and delighted that the one man that I look up to myself, Paddy McCormack, to see him winning and training the winning dog, it's absolutely brilliant, and I'm delighted to be associated with it, and please God it will continue for the next number of years.
Well, we saw you there earlier having a chinwag there up at dinner with Paddy. Did you have a few bob on this fella?
Well, I go to the gym to see, I'm not a betting man, and I have to be honest, the only time I bet on a dog is when my own dogs are running. I'll be honest, and I don't understand dogs, but I love the sport, and I love all types of sport. But I just want to say this, this race tonight and last year has helped me to promote my company, Accelerated Drain Cleaning, and it has opened up big opportunities for us in the Midlands, where 2 or 3 years ago we had only 5 or 6 working out of the Midlands. We've 35 now working out of the Midlands alone, in the company Accelerated Drains employ 80 people nationwide. So it's been a great opportunity to promote the company and to be associated with a man. I used to know him only years ago as a footballer. Now I know him as a greyhound trainer, and he trained some dogs for himself, and we've had some wonderful nights here, and long may it last.
Well,
John's a Kerryman, you know. John's a Kerryman, and of course we stopped him going for 5 in a row, and that hurts still, you know that, after all those years. But maybe this year again. We're meeting the Dubs now tomorrow, and we'll be around maybe for a little while yet. In football now, I don't mind about the dogs.
I think you'll be around in the dogs as well for a long time to come.
Well, I hope that I do see the day again that Offaly and Kerry, maybe this year, please God, that they are back in Cropa, and I would have no problem with Offaly stopping us going for the 5 in a row if we can actually get 4 in a row, or even if we could win this one.
We'll have to wait and see. The long way around motorbike trip in aid of Crumlin Children's Hospital made a pit stop in Kilcohan Park on Sunday night for a fundraiser. Organised by Frankie McAvoy, the night had a great carnival atmosphere. Well, Frankie, you got a really warm welcome coming in here tonight. It's a terrific event.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely delighted now with the crowd that turned up here now this evening, you know. A lot of work went into it, a lot of people involved in the background, and a lot of them are actually here now tonight. So delighted now with the way things turned out. The weather as well kept good for us, so hopefully now we'll have a good night now tonight.
Well, you started on Friday, you've been all around Ireland, and you're back here in Waterford.
Yeah, we left, we left the outskirts of Dublin on Friday. Joe Duffy, the BMW dealer, and we had Gay Byrne brought us out and up as far as Donegal. So we stayed in Donegal on the Friday night, and then we headed down into Ennis, stayed there last night, stayed in Waterford tonight, and then tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock the lads, we head back to Crumlin Hospital, and that completes the circle then. So it'll finish up in Crumlin tomorrow. Around what time, Darren?
About 12:30 tomorrow.
About 12:30. So, as I said, the weather kept great, absolutely fantastic weekend. Everything went well, thank God there was no accidents, no breakdowns, everything couldn't have gone better. So we're delighted now with the reaction that we got. So hopefully now, this is the Waterford side of it, and they'll have a good night here now tonight. So looking forward to that.
And of course you raised a nice few bob for the Crumlin Hospital.
Making up the money, we're roughly in and around the €15,000 mark. It may go over that, but there's still money coming in. But I'd be confident enough where we've reached the 15 grand mark. So I'm delighted with that. I never set a target at the start because I didn't want to be disappointed, but 15 grand, I'm more than happy with it. So delighted with that. But what actually happened here now the weekend is only a warm-up, because on the 25th of August, Darren and the lads and myself, we head to the States, and we'll be there for 3 weeks. We do a 4,500 mile trek across west to east coast, Los Angeles to New York.
Los Angeles to New York, taken in 17 states, and there's 30 of us going on the trip for the Lifeline charity, and it's just as we were on the bikes, we started training the lads roughly around 6 months ago. 5 of the crew had actually never been on a motorcycle before. 5 of them now have full licences. They've been training all through the winter in preparation, and it's been really going well, and this was sort of the foundation for the trip across America, and it went brilliant, went really smoothly, and we couldn't be happier.
Well, gentlemen, I think you ought to retire to the restaurant and get a well-earned drink.
Definitely, and that's exactly where we're going. So thank you very much for coming out tonight. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers.
The Hare on the go for the Blackjack Tom A3525 in 1 Denny's Woods, 2 Catunda Francie, 3 Tyra Farlow, 4 Stay Away Cruiser, 5 Montos Mark and 6 on the outside with our Ferns. The favourites in 2 Catunda Francie. The Hare coming up behind the traps. And away they go, and it's a good break by 1 Denny's Woods. He leads from 4. Stay Away Cruiser on the outside. Montos Mark around the first bend, and it's Denny's Woods. A little bit of trouble there between Denny's Woods and Montos Mark. And Montos Mark makes his move now on the outside from Denny's Woods. It's a break back to Catunda Francie in 3rd. Up towards the 3rd bend, Montos Mark leads, but back comes Denny's Woods on the inside. A little bit of trouble again. Catunda Francie's primed in 3rd around the final 2 bends, and it's Denny's Woods, Montos Mark, and Catunda Francie making a move on the outside. And the favourite gets there. Catunda Francie gets up to land the spoils. 2nd chop for Stay Away Cruiser. In 3rd, Denny's Woods. The time 28.80. And the result of the Blackjack Tom A3525. First trap 2, Catunda Francie, the 6-4 favourite. 2nd trap 4, Stay Away Cruiser. In 3rd, trap 1, Denny's Woods. The time 28.80.
Oh, that was a close call there. He ran really strongly coming up to the line.
He did. It's a dog he was bought out of Dundalk for big money after his first race, and Dundalk and whatever, they're chalk and cheese, like a bit tighter here, but it's an A3 stake, so a bit of experience, 4 runs around here, and he showed a lot of promise in a few schooling trials, and he's a pacey dog, so like he probably more suited likes the Shelburne, the bigger gallop, and hopefully go there now for a trial and see how he goes.
So you're looking towards the Derby with him?
He's young, he's very inexperienced, but like it's a long time away, another 12 months, and I don't know where to go with him, if I don't go there, so I'll give it a go probably and give him a trial or 2 around it and see how he goes, and if he goes well enough we'll stick him in and have a go.
Next week it's all about semi-finals, and we'll be in Hall's Cross for those of the Baggett Racing Irish Puppy Oaks, the Ger Canty winner of 3 from Newbridge, which also incorporates a benefit night in aid of the children of Chernobyl, and Shelburne Park for the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes.
For a complete fixtures list and more information, log on to the Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie.